Hi guys, Thogrey here with a new video. In this video we will talk about Wrath of the Lich King and why I'm actually excited. I'm going to give you 5 reasons, but I think you can imagine more than 5 reasons why you would be excited for Wrath of the Lich King Classic, especially for the PvP side of things. You will see some gameplay on the background while I'm talking. You can do whatever you want while I'm talking. It's not like the things that you are going to see in the video is for any relevance of what I'm going to say, but I'm actually trying to level my tunes from TBC to Wotlk levels, so level 70, so I can be prepared for if I wanted to play those classes on my initial server, that I can actually do that whenever it launches. So let's talk why I'm actually excited for Wotlk, but I'm going to take back a bit and discuss about Shadowlands. And I think Shadowlands wasn't a real bad PvP expansion. I just think Season 3 is a bit over the top damage-wise, and the healers cannot really follow, and sometimes you just die in a kidney shot, or sometimes you have a survival hunter in 2s that is just going for a hook trap or stun trap, and then you get a fear from the priest, and pretty much you will not survive if you have no defensives, and often than not 15 seconds of CDs is quite enough to kill anyone, even through CDs. In trees, it's a bit the same, although I think trees is a bit more balanced. A lot of people are just not liking how the meta is shaped, and I can understand that. But that's why I'm actually excited for Wotlk. Wrath of the Lich King has a lot of good things, like how the meta is, how fast-paced it can be, actually. So that's one of my reasons why I'm excited. Like the meta, I think is quite the same as Shadowlands and Mist of Pandaria. Like everything can really kill everything in a few seconds. If you're playing Retribution Paladin, you can wreck someone. If you're playing Enhancement Shaman, God, I think mages will just hate you, but like any casters will just hate you. If you're playing Arms Warrior, you will scale at one point where you are going to 3-shot people, 4-shot people. You can even play Fury Warrior, I guess, but it's not recommended because Arms is just that much better. But you can have fun with any spec. If you want to play Disc Priest is so good in Wotlk. If you want to play Shadow Priest, it is actually super nice to play Shadow Priest in Wotlk, since your dots can crit. Haste is still a great stat, and you have Resilience now that can actually defend you from the damage that you can take from different spells, physical or magical. So it's actually very nice to have a PvP gear that actually is super relevant for PvP. If you want to play Affliction Warlock, I think the gameplay from Affliction Warlock is pretty close to perfect, if I may say. Your dots will do damage, your Shadow Bolt do damage. Haunt is a big CD, and it is on short cooldown because Wrath of the Lich King is not revolved around 2-minute CDs, so you can actually die at any point whenever you are actually not paying attention. You will drain life to sustain. You can do whatever you want with an Affliction Warlock and have fun. If you want to play Destruction, go play Destruction. Or Demonology, like this spec that is actually better than retail, like fun-wise. I think the Metamorphosis from Demonology Warlock just gives a bit of nice touch, I would say, some nice flavor towards the Warlock class. I'm talking a lot of Warlock, but let's talk about Hunters. You have one godly spec, marksmanship hunter, and survival is not that bad if you're playing with a dot machine like affliction warlock or a shadow priest, for example, in trees. You can do that. In 2s, it still is going to be good. You have lots of good things as a hunter, and I think beast mastery is not that good, but there is some comps where you can make it work, I guess. You can play a feral druid. I think the iteration of feral druid is very good in Wrath of the Lich King. I was a druid main in Classic. I played feral, I played balance, I played resto. And in TBC I didn't really play. I'm going to tell you why in my second reason why I'm actually excited in Burning. So this second reason is actually the reason why I didn't really play TBC, but now I'm super excited for Wrath of the Lich King. And it is actually a change that they are making. Arenas finally personal rating, which means if you want to play with a nobody, if you want to play with a friend, if you want to play with a random guy, This is possible, man. You don't need to recreate a fucking team. You don't need to create anything. You can just queue and play. And I think that's one of the best changes that has happened to WoW PvP. It is to remove that team rating, because let's be frank, if boosting was a problem, team rating is definitely a problem, because you can just invite a nobody and still get his team rating very high, and doesn't matter, he pays the gold for it, because let's face it, Chanimo, I like it, I like him, but he's boosting people for gold, pretty much. So the problem stayed, and I think it's even worse in TBC. But now with Wotlk, you can, I guess, boost still people, but that team rating is gone. So the problem still stays, I would say. But at least you, as a person that is maybe honest and are not buying boost, you can actually grind with anyone. If you're a disc priest, you don't need to remove team and go back to any other team whenever you're done with your random CR grinding, I would say, or your item grinds. But now with Wotlk, you can play whenever you want, you can play whenever you need, and you can actually queue up with anyone. So I think I'm actually super excited for that. Like, I think that's the reason why I didn't play TBC. I refused to play TBC because I don't have my friends that are playing World of Warcraft. They are not, I would say, they are not ride or die. Like they could just stop at any point World of Warcraft, and if I'm like making a team with them and I need to leave the team because they are not connecting, yeah, that's quite sad. I feel like that's why the biggest reason why I don't play TBC is that's the reason actually. It's I don't want to stick with one team. I want to play with randoms. I want to play with friends. I want to play with guildmates, and I think TBC just didn't give me this possibility, so that's why I didn't really play. And now I'm planning to actually level those characters to Wotlk, to the Wotlk zones, I would say, so level 70. So when it launches, I can actually level and have fun with those characters. And what I think my third reason why I'm actually excited for Wotlk PvP is PvP and PvE being relevant. I think any expansion that actually had some PvE mechanic that is needed for PvP and vice versa was always a very good PvP expansion, because Blizzard always paid attention to what's happening to the PvP side, because it also affects the PvE side and vice versa. And with the problem with BFA, you didn't really have vendors. That's a problem. And with Shadowlands, you have a vendor. Season 1 was great because PvE players wanted to do PvP to get some gear. So it means that they actually paid attention to Season 1 and how the meta has been shaping. But then Season 2 hit, the Season 3 hit, no one from PvE wanted to go PvP because the items were worse in PvE. What happens? People just don't think PvP is any relevant, and changes are a bit slower, and that's the main problem. While Wotlk, I would say the changes are now predictable. Now we know, okay, this season it's going to be this meta, next season it's going to be this meta, etc. Although I think Wotlk is a bit more flexible than TBC. This relevance between PvP and PvE is for me important. Although I'm not really a PvEer, I don't know if I'm going to get Shadowmourne if I'm playing Retribution or a Arms Warrior or a DK, because DK is probably my main for Wotlk, because I always mained it. And I don't know if I'm going to get Shadowmourne, but I know if I want to do some PvE and I want to grind a bit about that, I think it's possible to get it. But that's the beauty of the game. I think Classic was also very good because PvE and PvP, I would say PvP gear was hard to get, so you had to do PvE to get relevance into PvP. Although PvP was quite casual, I feel like the participation was quite high in PvP. In TBC, it's quite also the same. You needed some trinkets, you need some gear here and there, some weapons here and there, and you wanted to do some PvE. But the PvP was also nice, but the participation was lower because team rating. And now with Wotlk, with the arenas being personal, I feel like there is more possibilities for players to actually enjoy their time in PvP, especially in Wrath of the Lich King. The actual fourth reason why I'm actually excited for Wotlk is I'm actually now on Earthshaker. It's not the best server. I feel like the participation is not that high. PvP and PvE wise, it is also a 99% alliance realm. But fresh servers will come out. I'm going to level on fresh servers. I want to actually stream while I'm leveling. Don't know how I'm going to do that with work, but I want to start streaming on Twitch or YouTube or both because my PC is quite strong for that. And yeah, I'm actually excited for fresh. I think I'm going to level my affliction warlock because I didn't do that in TBC. I didn't do that in vanilla. I could maybe level a warrior or whatever, and I will keep my feral druid at earthshaker and my paladin 2 and my hunter 2, and I will play those two servers. I think I'm going to spend a lot of time on Wotlk because I'm actually very excited for their PvP. I'm not, I'm going to spill some beans. I play private servers. It's not a secret. I'm not never going to stream it. I'm never going to show you guys whenever I'm playing private servers. I did it once. It is for Ascension WoW, and I feel like it's not a private server, just an entirely new game. You can say it's a private server for WoW, but frankly enough, WoW is not Ascension WoW and vice versa. It's really two different games. Yeah, I think that's why they are thriving in their niche, you know. But I'm super excited in Wotlk, especially fresh servers and also current servers. I feel like they need to consolidate a lot of servers. I would say Earthshaker with a PvP heavy horde faction. You put them together, it would be a 50% realm. In my opinion, they should do that, but I think they will not do that because why would you steal transfer? So I think they will just leave it at that. They will just keep the low populations and try to consolidate those and heavy alliance servers and heavy horde servers to just let it be. Although for me, I think since world PvP isn't that much a thing in Wotlk, a bit with Winter Spring, but I don't know how they will implement it with all those servers imbalances. But I think they should fusion those two servers, like Earthshaker, or like for example, Earthshaker with Gehennas, something like that, or Earthshaker with Mograine, or something. I don't know. I don't know every server population, but they should do that to actually make those servers thrive. But I think they want to push people to fresh servers because it is new and fresh. And fifth reason why I like Wotlk PvP and why I'm actually excited for Wotlk PvP. Man, it is Wotlk. It is Wrath of the Lich King. I think everyone, whenever they said vanilla is going to come back as a real thing from Blizzard, so classic, everyone had it in their mind. Like whenever you are thinking about PvP, I want Wrath of the Lich King. I want Wrath of the Lich King. I want to play Wrath of the Lich King. It's going to be a long time before I'm going to play, but I'm going to play Wrath of the Lich King. And now Wrath of the Lich King is going to come out. It is one of the best, if not the best, PvP expansion that you can actually play, all versions combined. I think it is a big um, contender with Mist of Pandaria. I think Mist of Pandaria, Wotlk, you had like Walls of Draenor was not that bad, I think, because they still had vendors, and also I think they improved the talents from Mist of Pandaria because it was quite still new. Although I think the garrisons, the content just made the expansion worse. I think gameplay wise, it was one of the best expansions that you could have in World of Warcraft. I'm not a fan of Walls of Draenor. If you had to make a tier list, I would probably put it one of the least favorite expansions that I actually played. But it is actually a big contender. So Wrath of the Lich King, Mist of Pandaria, I would say classic because I like the world PvP in classic in phase 1 and phase 2 until that my realm just fled. Then it was a bit of a problem, I would say. But yeah, and also Legion a bit, I think. Walls of Draenor. Then you had Shadowlands, and then you have like expansions. I would think TBC is not that great because still it's League of Rogues, twos and threes, meh. They again they did good things for PvP, but it was still not at Wrath of the Lich King level. I think Wrath of the Lich King is the epitome, the trilogy, the best thing that came out from vanilla, TBC, and Wrath of the Lich King. I would say combined with for PvP at least. PvE maybe not, but for PvP it is like this. So those are my 5 reasons why I'm actually excited for Wrath of the Lich King. I'm going to play a lot more Wrath of the Lich King whenever it's going to come out. Pre-patch probably too. I'm going to level a lot of characters. I'm going to make still content for Shadowlands because I'm still in love with retail PvP, although it becomes very hard to actually enjoy warlocks because I'm a warlock main, and every time I'm looking at my main, I'm seeing like my failure for actually improving my rating, because I'm going to be honest, I have real difficulties to improve my trees rating with my affliction warlock. Whenever a warrior looks at me, like even smells me, I'm dead. I cannot kite a warrior. That's terrible. Normally, it should not be that hard to kite a warrior. It would be harder to kite a DK, a demon hunter, a rogue, a hunter in general. But a warrior, at that moment, with the amount of warriors you see on the ladder, it becomes very hard to enjoy like I would say warlocks. And I'm excited for Wrath of the Lich King because I know I'm going to enjoy my time as a warlock. I'm going to enjoy my time as a feral. I'm going to enjoy my time as a DK. And frankly enough, I had loads of fun with different classes since I did play private servers. I'm not going to state which one, but it's a very popular PvP server. And I've played every class, and every class feels different, enjoyable, I would say. And everyone has a niche. While I think Shadowlands, the big problem that we have is homogeny between the classes. I feel like a lot of classes can do the same things. A lot of classes can heal. Like mage heals more than some hybrids, which is for me not acceptable. But I'm I'm still excited for retail PvP, but I mean, Wrath of the Lich King will just give you some fresh air, I would say. And then there is Dragonflight, which I'm super excited for. I think they will nail it. They will do good. They need to do that because also I think retail is dead. So that's their last chance. And I think they know that, and that's why they will give all out. I think all the effectives are working on Dragonflight. That's why it's going to come out as soon as possible in 2022. Although I think it will still be January or February because I don't see them making come out end of the year because it's too soon. But I'm excited. Let me know in the comments section below what you think about Wrath of the Lich King Classic. Are you excited for PvP, excited for PvE, excited for leveling? Let me know what you're excited for. Are you going to play Wrath of the Lich King Classic? Since they will give you a XP boost, it might be interesting to actually level a character very fast to level 70 instead of boosting your character, I would say. Play on fresh servers. I will play on PvP fresh servers. I don't care to get ganked because I like to gank myself. So I'm going to enjoy my time killing people. But thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate you. Let me know what I can do videos wise, what you want to see for PvP, Wrath of the Lich King, Dragonflight, Shadowlands, whatever. And I'll be sure to see you very soon. Bye.